For years, Samsung's foldable phones followed a very predictable formula. If you bought a Galaxy Fold device, you already knew what processor was probably inside. Snapdragon chips became almost guaranteed in Samsung's premium foldables, especially in the Fold lineup. People barely even questioned it anymore. But now, that pattern may finally be changing. Over the last year, Samsung has slowly started experimenting with a different strategy. The first major sign came when the company introduced Exynos processors into parts of the Flip lineup. At first, many people thought it was just a temporary move. But now, new leaks surrounding Samsung's 2026 foldables suggest something much bigger may be happening behind the scenes. Because according to recent reports, Samsung could end up using completely different chipsets across the Galaxy Z Fold 8 series and the Galaxy Z Flip 8. And honestly, that would be one of the biggest shifts Samsung's foldable lineup has seen in years. Right now, the leaks surrounding the Galaxy Z Fold 8 sound fairly straightforward. Reliable insiders claim Samsung is currently testing both the regular Galaxy Z Fold 8 and the rumored Galaxy Z Fold 8 Wide with Qualcomm's Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 processor. Samsung is also expected to continue using its special for Galaxy versions of Snapdragon chips. These custom versions usually feature slightly higher clock speeds along with software optimization designed specifically for Samsung devices. On paper, the differences may not always look dramatic, but in daily use they can improve responsiveness, animation smoothness, gaming stability, and overall system performance. But the more interesting device right now might actually be the Galaxy Z Fold 8 Wide. This model has started appearing repeatedly through software leaks, hidden animations, and internal render files. And based on the name alone, the biggest expected change is obvious: a noticeably wider design. For years, one of the biggest criticisms of Samsung's Fold devices has been the narrow outer display. Many users loved the multitasking experience when unfolded, but the front screen often felt cramped compared to regular smartphones. The Fold 8 Wide could finally be Samsung's answer to that complaint. Recently, new render images reportedly discovered inside One UI 9 by the Cypher project on Telegram gave us an early look at the device. The renders appear directly inside Samsung's own settings interface, showing a foldable with a much wider overall shape compared to previous Fold models. Some of the renders even show parts of the lock screen experience on both the inner and outer displays, while side-by-side comparisons make the wider proportions immediately noticeable. And at this point, the Fold 8 Wide has shown up through enough separate leaks that it's becoming harder to ignore. But then we get to the most uncertain part of Samsung's future foldables, the Galaxy Z Flip 8. Unlike the Fold models, Samsung reportedly still hasn't fully decided what processor strategy the Flip 8 will use. Some reports suggest Snapdragon. Others point toward Exynos. And there's even a possibility Samsung could split the processors region by region like it has done with certain Galaxy S phones in the past. Right now, though, the Exynos 2600 appears to be the strongest possibility. And honestly, that decision would make sense strategically. Samsung seems to view the Flip lineup differently from the Fold series. The Flip phones have gradually become more lifestyle-focused devices aimed at mainstream users rather than ultra-premium productivity buyers. That makes them a safer place for Samsung to continue improving confidence in Exynos chips before potentially expanding them into more expensive flagship devices later. Of course, none of this has been officially confirmed by Samsung yet. Most of the current information is still based entirely on insider reports, leaked software files, and hidden system assets. And despite all the renders and animations appearing recently, no real-world physical Fold 8 Wide device has actually leaked publicly so far. Still, the overall direction is becoming very interesting. Because if these reports are accurate, Samsung's future foldable lineup may no longer offer the exact same experience across every model. Different designs, different chipsets, and possibly even different regional hardware strategies could all become part of Samsung's new foldable approach. The real question is whether users will actually accept that change. So if Samsung really does split Snapdragon and Exynos across future foldables, which one would you choose? And more importantly, would a wider fold design finally convince you to switch to foldables full-time? Let us know in the comments below.